Hey, there's my microphone. Didn't pick up for a second. Voice mod decided to switch around settings. It do that though. So this stream is partially a lie. And I'm sorry to say that. Every part of the branding is true, technically. There is an ulterior motive. I'm gonna probably wait till a couple more people are here to fully explain it. But I'm going to be being extremely petty about something, which is the cause for everything I'm about to do. And probably multiple streams worth of work and a bunch of work off camera. It is all in the name of pettiness. And that's what we love to see. Also, I am sitting on a very uncomfortable chair because my cat decided to take my normal one. So yes, we will finish this at some point, but is going on hold for a little while I cook up something else. Now, the issue is, well, I actually don't have a plan for this game. It's essentially an adventure map. I just figured with my audience, I figured calling a D&D campaign would hit better. And there's another reason that I'm calling it that. That will be explained in due time. But the issue is, I need to figure out my game plan. So here's kind of what I'm thinking. Get my primary colors out. This is what we do here. We build with primary colors. We need our Act 1. Act 2. We'll do yellow as Act 2. That's rainbow order. Act 3. Now, I already know what my end game is. There is going to be a very specific end goal for this project. Specifically, they are going to need to rescue the princess. This is the entire point I'm making this. The princess is the punchline of a grand joke that I am doing all of this just to make. That's the goal, is to pretty much set up over the course of like an hour or more of gameplay. One dumb joke at the end. So we're gonna put down here, rescue the princess. You know, just in case the wrong person tunes into stream, there is someone who, if they tune into stream, this entire thing ruins it. I have told them not to. And I have told them I'm making a D&D campaign in Minecraft. And I think that will hopefully keep them occupied. I've told them, don't watch the stream where it's going to be spoilers. I want you to play this. Except they don't know that this is all a setup. We are actually going to build an entire D&D campaign. That is real. It is just going to be a setup for the punchline. So, let me build this out real quick. So imagine like this. We've got Act 1. I think it would be nice if we could have 9 little challenges along the way. Encounters, if you want to get actually into it. This is pretty much just an adventure map. I'm using D&D as a branding tool to get someone to play it. Someone in particular. Okay. I have no clue how many people are here because my YouTube and Twitch are glitching out really bad right now. Yeah, that's just not accurate stats right now, so I don't trust that. But pretty much, it says 2? That's not what it says on mine. It also says I have not had a single person chat in chat. That's why I know it's wrong. Pretty much. Ender said something that hurt me deep down recently. Let me find the exact message in our DMs. You know, I'm just really tearing up thinking about it. Let me look it up. Yeah, so he sent me a message recently that said I've become predictable. I know. I know it's really it's I know I'm still trying to get over it that he said this to me. So this entire thing is a setup just to get back for this. It is extremely petty. And that's what we love here. Extreme pettiness that will take hours and hours and hours to make work. So, I have been sending him a stupid image of the Rain World Gourmand whenever I can in weird ways to catch him off guard. Now, this wasn't actually what the you've become predictable thing is related to. At least I don't think so. Oh no, it was a joke I made on stream. I forget what the actual joke was. I'll have to find it. I kind of forgot what he was saying was predictable, which definitely shows where my priorities lie. But this entire process is just to have the princess be that stupid gourmand image again. I'm going to take him and 2 other people and run them through an entire in-game like adventure map slash D&D campaign just for the princess to be the gourmand. That's the whole bit. Because there's no way he's gonna see this coming. This is probably the most effort I put into something this stupid. And you know what? Fair enough. So the plan for this entire game is going to be, I want to make it predictable. I want him to think he has me and every plot twist perfectly figured out so early on. I want him to cheese challenges. I'm going to build in ways to cheese challenges and act like, oh no, it's ruining the game. But no, it's all part of my plan. I'm going to make it extremely predictable, except for that last punchline. That's the plan. And then I'm going to get some people to play it. Another day, another stream? Yeah. Except this one is my pettiest yet, by far. So, I haven't really thought about what the actual process is. Everyone should star average teenager Crispy Nightmare as they journey into the dim land to locate the beta glyph. Is that a reference to something, or am I crazy? Is that Deltarune? I don't even know. Or is that real? Who's the actual characters are gonna be real people. I'm gonna recruit Frogmare and then one person, or I'm trying to recruit Frogmare right now. I just sent a message over. And then one of the people from the new D&D podcast I'm starting soon, because that's some brand integration right there. And then of course, Ender, who the entire thing is just targeted at the end of the day, because this is the gourmand. So I've been thinking, how can I make them cheese challenges? So one of my ideas is give them ender pearls pretty early on, and then at some point a little later, let's put this down over here as a note. Ender pearls, and then we have like parkour later. Really hard parkour. So like they'll want to use the ender pearls. I'm also gonna set up some character classes for them. That's the plan. I've also got an eyelash in my eye, so this stream's going great already. I'm sitting in the wrong chair. I've got an eyelash in my eye. I'm extremely tired. This is what we do. This is what we do here. Also, I'm probably not gonna build this on this world, but we gotta figure this out. I'm thinking, okay, we need a setup. Oh yeah, we could bring in the French lesbian. Crystal GF. Yeah, we like that. So This is why I started on stream. If anyone has any ideas, just feel free to throw them out because I think this is more funny. If we just if I just get ideas randomly. So I do want something with ender pearls, but like what guns? I don't know about that. I want to stream electronic lyrics. I'm making an entire D&D campaign in Minecraft just to prank one of my friends who I'm gonna get to play it. This all does fall apart if they don't agree to play the game. I don't think they could turn down Minecraft and D&D. This is why I've chosen this particular avenue. Because I know they really like Minecraft and they really like D&D. So I think if I mix the two, there's no way they turn me down as being part of the video. Without even knowing that it's a joke. Let's see. I mean, they are getting the full campaign, nothing about it. So, I mean, I'm not false advertising. Oh yeah, Top Hat Clan, I hope you get well soon. Sorry to hear that. I've actually been sick for a little while as well. I think something... You know, I'm sorry I got you sick through Rain World or one of the other streams. I think that's how that works. Computer virus. So what is a challenge I could make with an Ender Pearl that needs an Ender Pearl? That's what I gotta figure out. Because I want to give them an Ender Pearl just so they can cheese something later. Because I want them to feel like they are so much smarter than me. The whole campaign until I get them at the end. Because that is just... That's how petty we're being today. A mangrove swamp with crabs in it, and the crabs are your friends. I don't know if I could... I guess I already have crabs made. Yeah, we could probably do... Wait, what would be the point, though? You know, it's a setting. You had skills, like maybe dash skills, super stealth, turn invisible when sneaking. We can do a little bit of stuff like that. I probably will make them some basic, like, class stuff. I don't know exactly how that's going to work yet. So, I probably will try and port some things over from D&D. Like, I'll probably give them an option between, like, 4 classes, and there'll probably be 3 of them. Yeah, we always need a mangrove swamp in the D&D campaign, of course. It's really important. Maybe that's an Act 2 thing. Like, that's where they go through, and then they get to, like, the evil castle. Like, who's our antagonist, though? Should I just be the antagonist? Because, oh wait, no, then I couldn't use my camera to follow them. Because one of my ideas was I could just, like, change skins constantly and constantly be on the move to stay ahead of them. I need them to record then. Which I could do. I could convince them to record, I think. Because I know that 2 of the people I'm inviting can record for sure. Probably a 3rd. And mainly I would just need Ender's POV. Because he's the one I'm pranking at the end of the day. Glubert did a revenge and captured the princess's sky castle. Okay. We'll put down here BBEG ideas. Glubert. Don't know who that is, but you know, it's an option. What else can... Okay, what else can be used to cheese something? Wind charges. Wind charges can absolutely be used to cheese something. Because then they can activate things from far away. Dash would be very cool. I don't know how I do that. I don't know if I'm competent enough to do that in such a short time period. Oh, by the way, this video has to come out on December 5th, exactly. So I need to get this entire thing done and recorded, them playing through it, and edited. Yeah, it has to be December 5th. It's very important I get this video out on December 5th. Because there's going to be other announcements and releases for stuff that day, and it is a great video to put a advertisement in for another thing. And the other thing is going to be announced on the 5th, so I want to have this ready on the same day, to be completely honest. Anthroflee. Okay, so the one issue is making custom creatures takes me a ton of time. That is an extremely time-consuming task. So I really need to rein in as many of the things I can do outside the game as possible. I want to try and keep it as vanilla as possible because I'm not going to have the time to finish it otherwise. If this gets too out of scope, we're not getting it recorded by the 5th. Let's see, what else can be used? Like what else is a cheese item? Like how could they cheese D&D campaign? There'll be an adventure mode. Oh, we also could do the classic thing where you can just jump around the edge of a parkour thing. Like I make a really hard parkour and there's just like a decorations on the walls and you can just jump around using the decorations. I just want them to feel like they're always one step ahead of me. Like as if I've just not thought through it well enough. But instead I've purposefully planned it to be that way. Build the enemies blocks and do the dialogue with oak signs. Old-fashioned adventure map style. My plan for NPCs and enemies was actually to just voice the characters in the moment. Like name tag a villager, have him standing in a specific spot when the players walk up to him, just start yapping over the call in a character voice. That is my current plan. Because then I can actively respond to them like I would DMing an actual campaign. Spear, give them the lunge enchantment. Unfortunately, I don't have access to it. Do we? I don't think we have access to that. Let's double check. If I make a new world right now, because lunge enchantment might be interesting as a method for them to cheese stuff. I don't want everything cheesable though. I think it'd be funny if there was enemies they could lure to a door that's too small. Yeah, unfortunately it's not available yet. We're not gonna be able to use spears for this, sadly. So like a door where an enemy just can't walk through. So like putting like a wither skeleton after like a 2-block tall door. So I think the first thing we need is the setup. Who can be our antagonists? I feel like we just need like a group of antagonists. We could do like a classic necromancer type vibe. With like zombies and undead and stuff. We could go Illager route. I'm kind of liking Illager route quite a bit. That's pretty cool. Klubert the Centilwing. Oh yeah, I forgot that's what the name went to. The medically fitting antagonist, does it? Oh, I guess, yeah, it does make sense now I think about it. Yeah, you're so right. I don't know how I'd make that. That would be like so... That'd be so much... I could think of a way to do it. I can think of a way. Maybe the Wither. Yeah, I could make him fight the Wither at the end. Wither is a dark god. An axolotl. Yeah, some kind of evil god would be cool. And concrete blocks with alternating pink-green colors. I think for the final thing, I want them to actually be able to properly fight it as an enemy. So I'd probably have to make whatever the final boss is in Minecraft, like using mods. If I can't just use a thing that's already in the game. I'd love to use the creaking at some point. I think a haunted woods would be just nice, to be honest. I guess we'll just put that down over here. Let's see, what else do we have that's like silly that I could do? See, speaking of games, I'm trying to make one right now. That's super cool. Honestly, I love game design in general. It's a very fun process. Won't be out in 10 years. Yeah, that is also gonna how it goes sometimes. Necromancer invoking the Warden. Or Soul Abomination. Oh yeah, we looked that up. I'm gonna put those down as two things on the list, but I might combine them. Still. That's what they're making. I'll also have to think of classes eventually, but I'll probably just look at the D&D ones and just port those over into the game as much as I can. And I'll just give them the... The final boss wasn't the main antagonist, but was summoned by the main antagonist. Yeah. I think that's kind of what the Necromancer Warden idea and the Wither kind of are. But yeah, we could definitely do that. We could definitely make like a cultist. How would we feel about Illager cult summoning either the Wither or the Warden? Because Illagers are a pretty good category because there's like 4 different guys that are part of it. And that's pretty nice. And especially if we're going with the Necromancer thing. Oh, I just dropped something I was fidgeting with. Oops, sorry. I'm completely like thinking straight today, as you can see. We could also use a bunch of undead if they're doing the necromancy thing. Does Bedrock have the Illusioner? Unfortunately, we don't. It sucks. I want the Illusioner. Seems so cool. Alright, I think I like the idea. So yeah, cult is leeching power from a deity. A packed one gets power, the other gets freedom. No adoration, just leeching each other. That could be cool. So are we thinking kind of like there's like a main necromancer cultist guy? And then the players go in, fight him, and we'll just have it be like an evoker or something. The moment the evoker dies, we summon in the Wither. And that's the real boss. And that's like his Warlock pact. I think I like that one. I feel like that's pretty good. See, I don't know if we're gonna have enough to like run time for this game to have enough good story of them trying to outsmart each other. That is kind of the downside of how short this is. Necromancer Axolotl. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know what that would. I could just I could take the Illusioner or sorry, Evoker stats, but on an Axolotl. That would work perfectly fine. All right, so right here, boss fight, Evoker, then the Wither, like that. Yeah, we could have him summon a Warden or something else. Um. Okay, we'll put that at the end of Act 2. Warden is mauled after a color invert axolotl, isn't it? Maybe. No. We only have to put brackets around enemy. We'll switch that out in a sec. I kind of like the idea that this is the Creaking Woods area. I don't think this is gonna be too bad. We also can just let the players out into the world as long as I give them a map. To be honest, like, well, we could probably just make this a normal Minecraft world. Is the great part. I'll have to find a seed that kind of works. That's kind of the one downside, and I'll have to build a pretty big castle. Oh, we could always just put the endgame area underground. Oh wait, maybe they're trying to sacrifice the princess. I mean the gourmand. Usually the Collier dies, uses a totem, summons the warden, runs away. I don't know how I detect that. Like, that's really cool. I just don't know if I'm competent enough to do that. Like, I like that idea, but I don't know how to do it. XL Cult of Undying. I feel like making them fight a warden might be a little too tough. It's possible, just hard. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have the time, though. Why'd you join a cultist? Or I just joined the stream. Okay, I think a couple people have joined since I last explained this. Why we're doing all this is because my friend Ender called me predictable when I made a joke on stream. I remember he joined chat, said something, I made a joke. Later he called me predictable. So I'm going to deliver the gourmand thing. The gourmand image that I've just been sending into him in weird ways at the end of a whole like adventure map D&D campaign. This is Tunnel V23. He's turning 23 in the next 3 weeks. Because that's how. Happy birthday. You're now 23. I declare it. So where do we want the creaking forest? I'm thinking like here. What if I make him collect 8 pages like Slenderman? Just straight up. I make him collect 8 pages. But I give them paper earlier in the campaign so they don't actually need to collect all 8, so they'll think they're so smart by using it instead. They're gonna think they're so smart. But I've prepared it all. Or should it be bones by then? I already am. Cult of the Agonizing, maybe. That's kind of cool. Where's the creaking? It seems too predictable, but that feels like the entire point exactly. Yeah, let's make him collect 8 pages. No, 7 pages. We want to be original here. Okay, so we need to make sure there's paper earlier in the campaign. In some loot chests, we need extra paper. So then they can just not have to collect all of them, and they're gonna feel so smart. At Librarian's Castle. Oh, even better, I just give them sugarcane. Wait, will they think of that? Oh, crap, they might. See, here's the thing. I'm trying to set this up so they feel smart, but I'm worried that some of them they might not think of. So it's got to be obvious. Wizard Tower with wizardy roof. Yeah, we could put Wizard Tower at some point. Okay, this would be where the really hard parkour is. So then they can Ender Pearl over it. Let's see, each player will have the 7 unique abilities only they can get for their soul essence. I don't think I get that. I don't think I have the time. A huge arrow pointing in the right direction. I probably will give them a map. So Act 1, I think they arrive in a village. The tavern has info. Because it's a D&D, you gotta start in a tavern. Which is how it works. It's always a tavern. It actually is rarely a tavern, funny enough. We could send them through the swamp. Just for fun. Oh, we could do a mountain pass that's like a cave area. Okay, I just thought of the reason for ender pearls. There's a big gap in the cave. There's like a chasm. And the only way to get over it um is ender pearls. They have to find one. And then I'll give them extras so they skip the really hard parkour later on. You copy and paste the slog bog and saved yourself time. I'm gonna be honest, I'm planning to use so much, like, I'm probably just gonna use a real village for this. I'll probably have to re-roll seeds a couple times this stream to just find a thing where I can uh have a creaking forest and a village close enough to each other. Okay, so I'm thinking like yeah, we could do like a pillager raid. That's kind of good. Maybe that's part of this. Nether? Oh yeah, we could send them to the nether. We could send them to the nether. What about witch? Witch is either powerful from fortune. I worry witch would be too easy. We probably will use witches though. That could work in the mangrove swamp. Let me put the witch. Also witches. Put witches in here. Sorry, I said that by accident. Fair enough. I feel like someone new is gonna join stream who's never seen this before. No, do witch for first act. Yeah, we could have a witch as like like a swamp with witches. That'll be like the end of that one. I feel like we need a dungeon though. Why don't we have a raid happen at the start of the game? Okay, Illagers raid the village. Players need to fight them off. I think that's self-explanatory. I'll just put Illagers raid the village. That's a decent. This is like a very disjointed campaign, kind of, but it'll work. Each witch has. See, I can't do that as quickly as I need to get this done. There's so many. I feel like you keep putting out really good ideas, but also I do not have the time. We're gonna have to use so much just out of the box Minecraft things here. And by out of the box, I mean like the exact way we get it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to have time to make very many custom things for this. Tree very much time. Just a wolf with a name tag. Okay, I do think we want cave, dungeon, chasm that needs pearls. A really hard puzzle halfway through Act 2. Yeah, just to throw him off my scent a little bit, just make an absurdly difficult puzzle. Temple in cave. Really hard puzzle. Combine it with the nether. I worry making them go to the nether would be like its own whole thing. You should make the nether as a side quest. I don't think I have time to do side quests. If I have more time later on, we'll consider that. Okay, this is pretty good. I like this thus far. I think this looks good. I put punchline right here. So to show you what the real punchline is, it's just this image. That's it. That's the punchline for all of this. Because I keep sending this to Ender. I framed it and put it up on my wall during a Halloween party. I've had other people give it to him on a printed out piece of paper. I have sent him fake stream clips that are just this image. I have sent him this as a audio file that if you run it through a spectrogram, the waveform creates the Gourmand. And he's called me predictable for something unrelated. So I'm going to show how unpredictable I am by making this the punchline of this whole thing. See, I'm making a door with a big ornate lock, the kind you look and think I'm supposed to come back here later. Just never give them a key. That's good, I like that. Yeah. We'll just put like a side note here. Door Important door with no key. There'll just be no reason for that to be there. All right. Also, the witches can be the French lesbians. The players will have to fight and kill them, but yeah, it's just nature. Yeah, we could mess around with portals for the puzzle. We'll figure out the puzzle when we get there. So what we need now is a village, a swamp, and a pale forest, or a pale garden, in decently close proximity to one another in a world. Chunk base, my old friend. It's time. We need bedrock in the most recent version. I wish you could just find a seed like this, you know. Here it is. Like you're doing anything but work on your roguelike. I am a little bit because I lost so much progress because of the stupid Minecraft update, and I'm kind of dreading getting back to work on it because it's going to take so long. But the Mojang broke my game thumbnail and title, that's going to be a good one. All right, let's switch over to display capture real quick. Okay. So here's what we're working with. We need a seed that has everything we need in one place. It doesn't actually necessarily need to all be really close to each other. Or, no, it needs to all be close to each other. It doesn't have to be close to spawn, because I can put spawn wherever I want. So, also, luckily, so Pale Gardens spawn in Dark Oak Forests, and Dark Oak Forests do tend to spawn near swamps, because they're the same climate. Or at least, wait, no, not because they're the same climate. But I don't know, I feel like I remember them spawning close to each other. Yeah, no, I'll definitely give them at least one unique skill. I definitely want each player to feel like they have their own class purpose. Also, I think I'm just gonna have to, I might set up some things that are intentionally gonna go wrong during the campaign as well, so it looks like I'm off my game. I just want the punchline to hit harder because they're gonna think, oh, he's not prepared, this is all going wrong. We're cheesing all the challenges. And then I hit him at the end. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I only need villages for this. I could spruce up a decaying one if it comes down to it. So what we're gonna do is highlight Pale Garden. We're gonna highlight Mangrove. Will the map have borders? Probably not, to be honest. I wasn't planning to. Maybe I'll add that. Probably wouldn't take that long. We'll highlight Swamp as well. So pretty much, let's just like zoom out pretty far. We just want those two biomes, a Pale Garden and a swamp and a village near each other. That's not that hard. I think I'm too far zoomed out. I'm not going to be able to see it. Specifically, I think we need village, swamp, Pale Garden. That's not the worst one right there, but I feel like we could do better. Just re-roll it till we get lucky. Oh, no. We also can just like scroll around a little bit and see if we get lucky. Ooh, okay. This could do it right here. Nemesis Searcher on this villain arc. Yeah, this is my villain arc right now. This is so petty. So we have a village right here. Yeah, because I mean, we want the swamp to be pretty close. We could have the cave dungeon just get to the forest. How far apart are these? Okay, this is there. Oh, that's not that far. That's not far at all. We could absolutely do that. What if you dug a sinkhole? Yeah, we could do that. Savannah Village isn't too bad. Wait, Savannah Village actually kind of works for Gourmand. I feel like it's kind of the vibe. I think this is our seed. We just have to teleport like a really long way out. But that's okay. Just copy coordinates. Oh, I need the TP command. Or wait, sorry. Not the TP command. I need the seed. This is our game plan. So I'm gonna just like go up here real quick. Turn off my HUD. Yeah, remember this. Oh wait, no, I can just screenshot it. There we are. Oh, let me go back to game capture now. We don't need the other stuff anymore. And if the princess was excellent, yeah, the whole punchline of this is that the princess is this thing. That's the entire joke. Because I think that is I've just messed with Ender so much with this particular thing. It's gonna hit hard when it happens. He won't be able to call me predictable after this, hopefully. Unless he joins stream, which I told him not to. Though he may not have seen it yet, so. What's D&D campaign? We're gonna need to do a bunch of stuff here. We don't need show coordinates. Fire spreads is off. Hint explodes. Yeah, we might need that. Mob loot? No, of course not. We don't allow that. Natural regeneration? Of course not. Who is Ender? Does he have a channel too? No. He's just a friend of mine. He's been on a couple streams and stuff. This is all just to mess with him. Let's see, skip night with sleeping? No. No sleeping allowed. I'm going to manually change the time. While they're in the cave, I'm gonna have it switch the time. I'll have something trigger down there that switches the time, so that'll make sure it's nighttime when they encounter the creakings. We don't want tile drops. Can I turn mob spawning off from here? I think that's in here. Yeah, we definitely want cheats. Keep inventory. No mob spawning. Honestly, no mob griefing. I don't want them to drop loot. No weather cycle. Experiments. I don't think we need any of that yet. Oh, no, we'll need all this. We'll need this later. Searcher Beetle says hi. Assuming in the Discord. So I'll say hi back in the Discord. I almost forgot to put in the seed. That would have been dumb. Is it gonna let me copy it? Control C again. There we are. Yes, I know I can't earn achievements. That's fine. It's got resistance, but not regeneration, as long as they don't have any weapon in hand. Interesting. It's like a monk kind of build. I could do a monk build, or just removes weapons from their inventory. Okay, next up, I need to copy that TP command. And here we are. Whatever, this is our starting village. Okay, so our campaign is going to take them out of the village, through the swamp. Maybe we'll have something right there, because that's kind of a cool location. This is a huge swamp. Okay, this is a really big swamp. I didn't really process how big it is. They need to get there. Yeah, we can just make them walk. You know, that is like half a D&D campaign anyway. We just make them walk in the wilderness for like half an hour. I mean, if anything, that adds to the pettiness of the whole thing. Just saying. Oh, this could be the exit of our cave. This could be like part of our cave dungeon. Ooh, we could make him go through the mountain right here. What if I told them the only way around this mountain was to go under? It's just this. And they have to go underneath it. So then they'll have to go through the Pale Garden. Of course, I'm gonna make sure they go just like right through the long way of it. Because of course I will. Why wouldn't I? And then maybe this is the entrance to like the crypt area. I don't know. Yeah, this is a really big area though. Bigger than I was anticipating. Actually, quite a bit of Pale Garden. That's fine. We make them walk for 8 billion miles. That's not going to be a problem for me. It's going to be a problem for them. And that's what matters. I do like this this seed. It's just a little bit far away. That's okay. So, a million miles at night with mobs. Yeah, that's a good point. We could just turn on mob spawning and make them have to deal with all of them. So what if we made them go through this bayou? That'd be kind of cool. Like through this area. Oh, I gotta pull up my image of the plans again. Oh, I don't have it copied anymore. Where is it? All right, I've got my image of the plan up. So really our only plans for the swamp is that there are French lesbian witches in there. So that'll work. So yeah, what if we send them along this river? I like this. Can't go over it, we can't go under, we have to go. Can't go around it, we have to go through it. Exactly. That's that mountain. So what if the witches are like here? Like we put like a dock right here. So then they come out of the bayou. That could work. I think we do need to make a path for them. So they know where they're going. So I think step 1, drowned, yeah, that's good. And bogged, yeah, we could do that. Bunch of drowned and bogged just constantly. Oh, I may be able to move back into my normal chair. Put spawners on you. Make it a very deep dog with bones and ants and fleas. Yeah, get sued for copyright infringement. Alright, so I'm thinking here's gonna be the dock to leave the village. Wait, no. You know what? We're building an acacia. We're staying thematic. Even though I'm not a fan of acacia. I do want to kind of polish up the edge of the village, though. I don't really like how it's just like weirdly floating like this. While we bring some sand up here to make it look natural. Focus? Oh yeah, we will focus. But it's gotta look, we've gotta sell it. This is the first area they see. This may not be the highest quality thing of all time, but you know, it needs to be at least decent. But a puzzle that's just doors, an entire room of just doors, like those old iron door bases. Just have it constantly switching the doors as well. Alright, so why don't we put a nice little dock over here? Just pick block. Want some of this? That is a very hard puzzle, yeah. They'll have to solve the doors. They'll have to figure out how to open them. It's really scary. They use a portal through a very dangerous area. I don't think I want them to be able to circumnavigate anything, though. I might use portals for, like, the puzzle later on. But I want to make sure they have to suffer through everything I have planned. Actually, here's the thing. I keep joking about making them suffer through stuff. I actually do want this to be a fun campaign. Because I don't want them coming away from it being like, wow, that kind of just sucked. Like, I want it to be genuinely at least a little enjoyable. And then just also have it be a stupid punchline. It can be both. To show them where they're going, I'm thinking we put like a path starting at the other side. And then we'll have a little like light or something. Just like it's very clear where they need to go. Yeah, we could use the nether to skip long sections if we just don't have anything to fill it with. Wait, we could also build all this on a flat world. I'm just saying. That is also an option. But I'm worried that's going to take, like, way too long. I also do have a way to quickly put in a border. I've just thought of. Oh, I put this too far out. So this will kind of give them an idea of what direction to go from here. But first of all, we need our tavern. Because we need them to talk to a villager. Do we want an existing building to be the tavern? I think we're gonna have to build something new. Also, I think I need to turn my render distance down. I think it's at 72 right now, and it's causing me a little lag. At 76. Yeah, it's just... we don't need it that far. The Pokemon does very subtly box into the Warpath and some very conveniently placed boulders, yeah. Yeah, I think mainly we're just gonna give them like maybe like 100 blocks or so off the path. So I'm thinking we make a path that like follows this, and then it's like broken in a couple places where they'll have to fight mobs. Or maybe solve a little puzzle or something. I'm not planning on doing just the bare bones of what we said in the plan, by the way. I think it would be fun to do a little extra. So why don't we put a tavern early on in the village? And then we could have the pillager raid trigger when they're talking to him, maybe? I'd have to manually trigger it, I think. I haven't really thought through this, if you can't tell. I've kind of just put a bunch of stuff on signs that said we'll figure it out. Usually I think a little bit further ahead before promising something. There you go, well, watch the rest of you in the morning. Alright, farewell. Hope you get a good night's sleep. I appreciate you stopping by for a while. Alright, so... yeah, I'm not feeling this cave. Why don't we just cover it up and put the tavern here? We'll put a lot of signs pointing to the tavern, so they know they need to go there first. Should I also narrate it while we're when I'm actually doing it with the people? Should I just like constantly be narrating what they're doing? Because that could be kind of funny. The three adventurers walked into town, seeing the signs for a tavern where they could get some rest. Also, do we want me to just try and voice all the NPCs? Ender stared at Archer with an ignored expression after being narrated for 3 hours. That would be kind of funny just to narrate what they're doing the whole time. I do feel like that bit might get old, though. I think I start them out in the savannah and then make them walk into town. I think that'll be more, yeah, I think that'll work better. So let's just tear out all of this. I just don't want this hillside here anymore. Get it gone. We're gonna have to fix this hillside to make it look reasonable, but it's fine. Turn an abandoned bathtub shrine to hill. Very original. I mean, it would be pretty original. I could try and learn how to use NPCs in Minecraft, and I've never used them before. Oh wait, do those even work in this? I don't even know if those work in this version. Yeah, so I guess I'll just send like a couple waves of pillagers in right at the start. I think that'll be the plan for this. I might need to get like an extra device or something. My phone or something. And then just have it as a control panel. Let's see. NPCs in Bedrock have a built-in UI that lets you link to commands, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think they do. I've just never learned how to use them. So I'd have to learn. It'd be kind of downside. You know, I don't think I have time to learn. I maybe gotta do this the old-fashioned way. I mean, we do have like 3 weeks, to be honest. I'll probably just polish it. But I also have other stuff I want to do in those weeks, so it's not like I can just devote 3 weeks to solely this, unfortunately. I'm not gonna lie, I'm having second thoughts about building it out like this in a real Minecraft world. We could just make it in a super flat. We'd have to do everything is the issue. Like, that's the big downside. Also, so I'm thinking this town, we'll have the players be here on like a mission from the king or whatever to get the princess back. And we could say this town is like the last place she was seen. So then once the pillagers show up, it'll give them an idea who like the bad guys are. I'm just gonna build this all out of grass, because anything that's covered will just die off. It's been a little while since I've tried Terraform just quickly. Maybe I'm going too fast on this. I could slow down, take a little bit more time. This is the evil stream, the stressful building stream. Because I actually have a deadline. You know what? It does make it better if it's way more elaborate, though, if you think about it. And then it's so much funnier that it's just a dumb punchline at the end. There's something very funny about that. Okay, why don't we bring this out through here? I'm just gonna wind it through the woods for no reason. Okay, let's just make him cross a river. We could have a bridge that's like broken as well. Oh, we could put a troll under the bridge. They have to answer the 3 riddles. A good bridge troll is always nice. Why don't we go all along here? I like the idea of a bridge troll. To be honest, I'm probably gonna do a lot of this off camera, but I want to at least do some of it on camera. Like the planning phase. Place 5 buttons on the side of the road in a rainy area. Okay, wooden buttons. How do you feel about that idea? Wooden buttons. Like, should I just play all the NPCs? Because it would be kind of funny. Because they're going to be walking between areas for so long, I'd have time to change skins. I could just straight up just change skins constantly and be all the NPCs. There we go. Just kind of a rickety bridge. You know what? No, I can do better than this. Why am I getting... I'm getting so lazy with building. Let's just do good. Actually, wait, no. We actually don't want to do too crazy with building it. I need to plan this out. We can do a lot of detail work later. So we have a road that goes along here. We'll put down like the foundations of the tavern. And the tavern dialogue is going to start the raid. And then after that, they'll need to take a boat through here. We could just break this and fill with water. It's a little bit blocked up, that's fine. As long as there's a passage wide enough for a boat to get through, we're good. Or I guess they could just swim. I don't need to give them a boat. I probably will, so it's more fun. So here's what I'm thinking for this area. What if I make it so there is a, like, what do we want to... I'm kind of going back and forth on what to put here. Because I could just make them travel the wilderness a little bit. You subtly guide them where you want to go. I'm thinking a map, to be honest. The issue is I just keep questioning now if I should build it in a super flat or not. Because it might work better in a super flat. That's my worry. But also it would take longer. No, it's fine. We'll commit to the long distance thing. Actually, wait, why don't we not give him a boat? Because then we can have him walk through a more dangerous area. So why don't we have like a dock right here and we get him to kind of walk through this area. Yeah, this is more immersive, you're right. So we get him to like walk to here and then maybe we like put like a thing right here. Of some sort, some kind of challenge. It's just a lot harder to build like challenges out in an open world. That's what I'm worried about. See, I didn't really properly think through this idea. Other than like, let's just run it and see how it goes. Yeah, okay, I think this is going to guide them across to here. Where I'm going to put a dock made of mangrove that looks identical. So hopefully they'll get the idea to swim across. And won't get too lost along the way. And then we can go down here. I do worry they're just going to find their way into some random cave, but you know what? If they do, that is completely on them, I guess. Because I'm going to make sure it's very clear where to go. I might make it nighttime for the whole campaign. So then I can use light to guide them. Like the Bayou Town, exactly. With zombies. Oh yeah, I could make it like a series of like old rickety bridges with monsters on it. That could actually be pretty cool. So I guess we kind of know what we're gonna put here now. I'll just put like a temporary little post here. See, a dead Bayou Town. And then this is the witches area. And we have some very subtle breadcrumbs and different colored lanterns left by different groups. Yeah, I mean, that could work. I think I'm also going to put just a path, to be honest. Because paths are pretty easy to follow. So that'll be its own whole, like, challenge. So we'll have some sort of witches thing going on over here. Witches. And then we will have, ooh, that's a great natural cave entrance right here. Cave entrance. So we'll have that go under for quite a ways, maybe. And then we can have it maybe come out in the lush cave. This could be kind of cool. I just worry it's kind of long. Like, how far do we really want to have a cave go? You revamp the pale garden into an actual garden with walls, make confusing upside-down trees hang from underhangs. See, this is why I was considering doing it in a flat world, because I could just, like, do that there. We might need to switch to a flat world, to be honest. Because trying to remodel the terrain takes so long to get right. Because I have to cut out everything and then rebuild everything. And maybe it's better if I just do it in a flat world. So what's not the silence effect from the Pale Garden biome? I mean, yeah. Unless, does it let me make a Pale Garden biome super flat? Oh, but that would be everywhere as well, huh? See, I didn't really think this through as well as I probably should have. You know what? We commit and we make it work. This probably shouldn't have been an on-stream thing. I think this will be the only stream I do of this. Because also I think it'll be more fun in the video if there's stuff that no one's expecting. So here's what I'm thinking. The exit to the Pale Garden. Yeah, I could use a fog command block and do it on a super flat. I'm gonna be honest, I am really leaning to just like quitting on this world, switching plans to super flat, and then just building everything. Is it more work? Yeah, a lot more. Actually, no, it's not. You know, I actually don't think it is. Here's why. Oh, I guess there's some. It's gonna be like the same thing is the issue. It's hard to actually pick this, to be honest. I've got to decide now, though. Because if I commit to doing it on here, then we're locked in for that. But that's so hard to decide, to be honest. I'm kind of leaning super flat, to be honest. Because I can use the pale moss to make the ground look spooky. Yeah, I think we need to do this in a super flat. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it look good on a default world. There's just so many variables I have to deal with. I think I'm gonna spend so much time. I'm not gonna be able to spend enough time on the actual design and making things look good. So I think we run it back, load it on a super flat world. So I know you can make a few of these. Yeah, we probably want that. I think that's the plan. Just a nice overworld, flat world. Let's see what else we need to do. Yeah, okay, we're just gonna commit to this. Yeah, Bedrock has, well, it doesn't have layers. You can't actually edit the layers. It's only presets right now. Hopefully they add layers eventually. We'll need this for later. We do this. No weather, no mob griefing, no mob spawning. This means we can also make people fight through stuff. I think this will be better. So we need to build our village first, that means. Oh, I'm in survival. Just mark the spawn, even though I can change it. So one trick I can do to give the illusion of a forest is we can so let's think about this area wise for a bit. I want them to be able to walk through the forest for a while before they get to the town. So why don't we just build a big area with a green edge? So what I'm going to do with this green edge is we're simply going to make it a little cliff up. You know, pretty inconspicuous. Just, you know, something like this. And then I'll put trees on top. That's it. And I might be able to put a little foliage around the bottom too. Just to make it... Okay, I obviously can't do that. I could do like a design like this. Or just this. I've also thought about, we could do a design like this. Since through the trees that won't look that suspicious. We can figure that out in a sec. So let's give them like maybe... We'll give them a good area off to the side. Yeah, that's 10. That's 20. That's 30. That's 40. I think that's plenty. You know what? We don't even need that much. Let's not bite up more than we can chew. This is literally just the introduction walk area. Okay, directly from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we go this way. So we're just going to give them a whole nice little forest area. Not much is going to be going on in this area. We can just kind of make it a fake little forest. And then we'll put a village like here. Or we can make it around a bend. Like we could make a turn. Thorn's fake overworld. It's like Minecraft story mode, huh? That's funny. So yeah, we could have this just turn. Because then we get the more dramatic effect of them entering the village area. And that can kind of help sell it. $13, $14, $15, $16, $17, $18, $19, $20, $21, $22, $23, $24, $25, $26, $27, $28, $29, $30, $31, $32, $33, $34, $35, $36, $37, $38, $39, $40. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That should be plenty. It doesn't have to be exact. At the end of the day, it's going to look like a natural kind of forest area. That should be approximately the same. This area is luckily really easy to do because all I have to do is put a bunch of trees in and then fake the terrain a little bit. Speaking of faking the terrain, I have an idea for that. First of all, we want a path. Why don't we give them like a small encounter along the way of some sort? Like, you know, maybe like a tent with some loot in there or something. And maybe like a couple enemies pop out if they take it. Nothing crazy. You know what? Let's plan out the area first. Oh yeah, this is definitely not even, but it doesn't matter. It's a natural looking forest. The path's gonna curve along the way. We will put over here a little campsite. Campsite, 2 pillagers, Fact, it's looted. You know, nothing crazy. Right over here, we'll put the village. So why don't we count this as a new zone, almost. So we'll at least in my, like, planning blocks, why don't we take concrete out. So we still need, yeah, so the issue is we still need the trees. You know, we'll count this as forest still, because it's just gonna be the it in the forest. Also, I need coordinates on for this, so I can calculate stuff easier. I'll go like 30. And then we'll go over here and do the same thing. Except positive. So that'll give us a little bit extra room so we can open it up for the village. I do have an idea on how to fill terrain really easily. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball how long I want this to be. I think that's plenty of room for the village. So if I stand right here and then do this, yeah, that should fill it to about the same amount. If you use /place command, there's generate village. I don't think that's on Bedrock, to be honest. That exists on this? I didn't even know that. Yeah, let's put down a village. Let's do this right here. I'm sure this won't go wrong. Structure. Oh, feature. Village. No. Jigsaw. Oh, that's file path. Structure village. Why is it only showing me 2 options? Okay, Minecraft Police Village command. I'm looking it up right now. Okay, there's a video of it. I'm just gonna see if I can find the command they use. Let's just give it as command block. They're using function. Interesting. Let's see, wow, thanks for this random thing that I just got recommended. Yes, you can spawn a village by finding a village by using the locate command. That's not spawning a village. Okay, so this guy I just found is showing. Okay, where is? They're only showing it on the existing ones. I don't know if I can do villages with this. Yeah, I'm gonna try this other thing. That's why it's taking so long to get to anything helpful. Is this audio playing? I hope it's not. Okay, good. I think it's copyrighted, so I can't. I wish I could show this, but okay, I'm playing this in 2x speed. I'm not patient. They're just showing a big village. How do I do it though? Yes, give as command block. Yes, I'm sure that's really important. Okay. So this guy's saying you can do I don't think this is gonna work, but yeah, that's what I thought. So why is this person just showing this? This doesn't work. Okay, they have it set up as a function that you need to download a thing for. I see. Because it calls out something in an add-on it looks like they've made. I see. I see. Okay, we'll deal with this later. I don't want to deal with that right now. Yeah, this is more of a pain than I was expecting, to be honest. I might have to pivot ideas if this ends up being not realistic, which I don't want to do, but if that is the way it goes, then I guess that's the way it goes. That is not lined up. There we go. So for the actual village, we'll just put a marker down here. Village. Yeah, I'm starting to see an issue. The sheer scale of what I'm trying to accomplish might be unrealistic. I might need to pivot on this plan and do a different method of delivering the same punchline. Because I just don't know if I can get everything done in a satisfactory way in 3 weeks, to be honest. Which sucks, to be honest, that I'm worried I can't. How how else can I deliver this punchline? Because this isn't working the way I was hoping, to be honest. Which I mean, to be fair, I've had a lot of ideas to do of things to do streams on, and most of them work. It's rare that I've ever felt like I need to pivot like this. I might need to just pivot in some way. Let's say adventure map with iron inventories. uh, I don't know what CYOA stands for though. There's got to be a better way. See, I'd love to do something fairly elaborate for this that I can get other people in on. I could also just really like hard commit to this, but the issue is there's so many other things. Choose your own adventure. Yeah. I could also do like a game show. Okay, there was an alternate idea that I had, and this might work better, and I could probably set up way easier. The idea was to do a fake Minecraft lockout, where I get the other team in on it, and I team with Ender, and I make sure they just check off things, so it gets down to one objective left, and I've already rigged the objectives, so the last objective is like in the end or something. So we have to go all the way to the end. And then when we get there, there's no Ender Dragon, it's just the Gourmand. And that's the bit. So that was a concept. But I feel like that's not funny enough. I might just be like too tired right now. I might need to think through this off stream, to be honest, and find a workaround. Because I feel like there's some way we can get this working. It's just not like maybe the brain juices aren't flowing today. So I might wrap stream for the day. And come back refreshed, having thought through everything. And we'll see if we can find a better way to do this. I think that could work. Alternatively, I bring multiple people on to help me. And then we just brute force it. That also could work. Or alternatively, we load up a different Minecraft world. I find a cool spot and then I build it tailored to the area. Could kind of work. But yeah, I think I need to reevaluate. Because I don't think this is going to work either of the first ways I've thought about doing this, unfortunately. I think I need to find another way. Or at least change my plans significantly. So I will be back when I've reevaluated this plan in some way. But thank you everyone for watching and helping me brainstorm on this. I apologize it wasn't as satisfactory a stream as normal. But yeah, well, I'm gonna reevaluate this and I will be back. So thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you all in a future stream and hopefully this video once I get it working. Oh wait, I just realized something. I have a pre-built dungeon. I made it for something else and never used it. I was about to end stream and then I just remembered I have this. Hey, here's an entire thing I made already. Like, this just already exists. I don't know if it works anymore. I think Ender's actually tested it, is the issue. I think it might be long enough that it wouldn't matter. So here's like, oh. Crap. Okay. So here is this entire game. It is 6 different challenges that all lead up to opening this door. I could modify this to be my thing, because I made this for a video last year. It's the Cathedral of the Custom Soul Candles, exactly. We could just use this. We already have a dungeon that, honestly, I think works fully, if I remember right. Why don't we go reset everything real quick? Ignore all this. These are just things that haven't been connected yet. Oh, okay, I see. But that's just for the blue flame. So we gotta delete each of these. What am I triggering? Am I still triggering this? Okay. We go way outside. Okay, we need to remove this. Oh, I forgot when I go in that. Okay, yeah, it's doing the cutscene, but I can't see it. Okay, so we might have to pivot here to use this instead. Because this is way more realistic. In fact, I could turn this around in a week, probably. And it's been a year, I think, since I had Ender test it, so it's not like he'd remember it. I wonder if I have anything else now that I think about it. Do I just have anything that I've made that I can just work with? Kind of cobbled together map. There's the test for the dungeon thing. Gonna avoid. I've got some of my old videos. Hardcore World that I just never died in. That was being streamed for a while. You know what? Why do we need to have him go outside? Well, let's just make a dungeon. Mainly. Because, like, outside is really where the issue comes from. I think I could harvest... Oh my gosh, I just remembered this world. This is a horrific world. I forgot about this. This is a horrible world. What in the world is this? I don't know what that is. Anyway, this is a great build. I remember doing this for a video. It was absolutely atrocious. I asked a bunch of people what their least favorite block in the entire game is. And then I took all of them and made a build out of it. Anyway. I don't really have much more than that. It looks like dungeon thing is pretty good. So I think that's gonna be the plan. Little dungeon like Soren's End. It'd be overworld, but it's all really underground. That would work. I gotta figure out some stuff. But yeah, I think I'm gonna reevaluate anyway. And we're gonna go back to this soon. I might harvest and use this dungeon thing that I never finished. That could work. I could also use the dungeon crawler thing as well as part of it, but yeah, I think I might just harvest a few bits and pieces because I want to look as high effort as possible, with as little effort as possible. Just kidding. No, I'm fine putting effort into it. I'm just worried about time. So we will reevaluate this, and I will be back. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you guys in a future stream. Hopefully after I've thought through all of this and figured out a better way to do this. Bye, everyone.